gang, gang.
Good.
What's good? I'm Big Diesel.
And I'm
the
Professor.
The critic.
And I'm the analysis guy. You need another better name for that.
Need a better name for everything.
You had to throw that in. You had to throw that in.
well.
Yeah.
But today, even though most people may not care about this, but as our shirts say...
Look, you got what you got on? You got a...
I got a cool
Ahsoka. All right.
We tried to match.
I
I had them on, but I went with the Ahsoka, even though the show.
You have this shirt too?
No, I have one with Obi-Wan and it's more Darth Vader though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This
I'm a Vader fan. Yeah. I'm an Obi fan, Obi-Wan, and a Vader fan, so I had to go with it.
Interesting.
Anywho, we're talking about the Acolyte.
The Acolyte. The not controversial show that everybody is loving right now. Wow, the Star Wars community is loving this show.
Is strong.
Just
in the
fantastic reviews across the board from everyone.
Anyway, so we're good.
I'm trying to be positive out here.
But it is very controversial. But I feel like it's not bad in the way most people are saying it's bad. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But let's get into it. What is it about?
Let's get into it. It is about
a lot.
There's a lot going on, and you can probably explain the lore a little bit better than I can, but I'll at least try.
It is basically before the prequels.
Of course.
It may be 300 years. Don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on that. Maybe 100 years.
No, I know it's more than 100.
Okay. Yeah, it's something like that. Something like. And basically it follows these two twins played by, if you could look up,
Amanda Stenberg. I know this because I've seen a lot of the stuff that she's been in.
Probably follow her on IG.
No, I don't. But I don't know why you said it like that. But she's been in. She's been in the Hunger Games. She was Rue.
She was in the Hunger Games.
That was the very first thing, like 12 years ago.
I didn't even recognize her.
Yep, she was in that. She was also in The Hate You Give. That was another well-known movie that she was in. She's been in a lot of things. She was in the movie Bodies, Bodies, Bodies that came out either last year or the year before. She's been in a lot of movies.
That's good though. That's
good. She's been in a lot.
So this is basically following. Basically, it picks up. We get somebody is basically trying to kill Jedis.
Yeah.
Basically, and you don't know why. So it's kind of a mystery. Mm-hmm. And Jedi don't think the Sith exists, pretty much, based off of a prequel.
Yeah.
So they don't think they exist. So they're trying to figure out who it is, who's killing all these Jedi and why. So you start to figure that out. Basically, there's actually Carrie and Maz from the Matrix Trinity in it. Mm-hmm. And basically,
she's a Jedi Master.
She's a Jedi Master, and it's basically one of the twins is killing the Jedi.
Yeah.
And you're trying to find out why.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you got the other twin who's trying to it's just kind of in the middle, of everything.
Yeah.
Still also trying to figure it out. It's only 5 episodes. It comes out on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
So.
Only 5 episodes so far have been out.
Yeah. So that means next Tuesday it'll probably be another.
Yeah. You know how many they're making in total?
No, I don't. I don't remember. I haven't been
like 8 or 10.
I haven't been trying to follow because every Marvel, Star Wars, anything Disney, they're always changing it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I'm trying not to keep up with it, but Yeah, tell me what you thought about the couple episodes.
So, like you, I probably have enjoyed it more than most people, at least from what I've seen. Not to say it's like the greatest or the best thing that Star Wars has ever done, but there are parts of it that I do like. I've liked the action so far. I think some of the characters are interesting, and it is like a newer take of Star Wars. I like that we're in a earlier period in the Star Wars history because so much of Star Wars is focused on either post, like Return of the Jedi, so like the period of like in the Mandoverse, that kind of period, and then you also have the period during like the sequel trilogy. So I like that we're in a different period before the original trilogy, before even the prequels have started, because I think basically showing like how the Sith really came to power. I think that is an interesting concept, and I didn't really know too much about the Acolyte before it came out, but I knew that it did take place before the prequel trilogy, and before like the Jedi even knew about the Sith. But my overall thoughts are like I definitely see some of the criticisms, or even a lot of the criticisms that people have been making. I try not to read too much into it because I try to formulate my own opinions, even though I have read some of the criticisms from the community. But I also know that the Star Wars community has disliked a lot of what's come out lately. So I also kind of take things with a grain of salt because I know a lot of people come into Star Wars who are fans, quote unquote, who are already kind of mad before they even give stuff a chance. But there are people that do legitimately give each project a chance. But I do feel like the show, the writing can be better, I would say, in terms of just how the overall, story is going. Like, I like certain aspects of the story, and I'm interested in the way that it's going, but I do think that the execution could be better in terms of, like, okay, why are these characters making these decisions? Why is this happening? Why are they being secretive about, this person versus this person? And then, like, I think with the twins themselves, like, certain decisions that they would make, not to give too much away, where I would kind of be a little confused. I'm kind of a little confused as far as, like, why there are certain things that would happen, and then they would just go back on that kind of immediately. But I don't want to ramble too much about that. So what were your thoughts?
So basically, I would agree with a lot that you said. Writing needs a lot of work. But the action is superb. Even oh my gosh, some of the choreography is crazy.
Yeah.
And especially in this 5th episode.
Right.
Oh my goodness. Now let me first start off with saying anything, and I think you can agree with this too, is that anything we watch or anything we do a review for or any kind of content, we want to like it.
Yeah.
It's not like we're just trashing it, just to trash it. Let's first and foremost get that out of the way.
Yeah.
However, I wouldn't say I'm a big Star Wars fan. I like the original trilogy. Didn't really care for the prequels, except for the third one, Revenge of the Sith, yeah. And then I really didn't like hardly any of the newer verse. But then the TV shows, they were going good. Even got somebody I like in the Mandoverse, barely. But it's just some of the there's certain series that I will have high hopes for, and then it'll just disappoint.
Yeah.
So right now, I'm just trying to just have low expectations and see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, I thought everybody acting wise did a great job.
Yeah.
I just think certain things were stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I feel like people will argue about stupid stuff like, oh, these people are, part of the LGBT, which is like, okay, like that's not, whether you agree with that or not is irrelevant to the story plot.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I care about what the main, is the movie good, is the writing good, is the acting good.
Yeah.
So I think that's irrelevant.
Mm-hmm.
We as a fan base, any kind of fan base, Marvel, Star Wars, wrestling, whatever, will pick apart little things, just nitpick little things.
Yeah.
Just because we're very passionate about something. And act like it's a terrible movie because of these just little small things that don't matter into the grand scheme of things.
For sure.
But it's kind of there's a certain thing about a certain character, and you can tell right away it's how it's gonna go. Everybody's like, who's the mystery person? It's very clear who the mystery person is with the.
So.
However, I just think it's the writing.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's certain things to where, and here's another problem I have with Star Wars. The lore is too deep.
It's very deep.
You got comic books. You got stuff that is not canon, and there's stuff that is canon.
Yeah.
There's stuff from the prequels. There's stuff from the original. There's stuff from the new. It's all this kind of stuff, which I think one of the problems is it all being about Skywalker. Mm-hmm. Let's get away from Skywalker and everything else. Like let's go over here and create new characters. Mm-hmm. I don't care where. It doesn't matter where it fits in the timeline.
Yeah. I have a thought.
And even you can go into there's really other
galaxies, planets.
Yeah, all that stuff. We can even stay in the same timeline. What was Xandar doing in Order 66?
Who's Xandar?
It's a Marvel reference.
That's what I was about to say. That sounds like Marvel.
Yeah, I couldn't make it.
Didn't Gamora say something about Xandar?
I couldn't make up my own planet name, but I'm just saying, we can go to other Earths or other worlds.
Mm-hmm.
When Order 66 is happening, same timeline, but it's just nowhere in that galaxy.
For sure.
So that way, if you did want to have somebody cross over, they can still come into it. Mm-hmm. I mean, do something different. Switch it up.
For sure. Yeah, I think something I thought about was, I feel like overall, like thinking back to the Acolyte specifically, before this past episode, because I definitely agree, the action for this episode was fire. Like, probably some of the best Star Wars, like, lightsaber fighting choreography I've seen in a long time. I mean, there are things I've missed, so there's probably some other great stuff out there too, but just, it was a really well done episode, at least from a, like, choreography standpoint, from an action standpoint.
Because I think there's decisions though that happened where
there was things that I questioned, like, why would this character do this? Why would they do that? I'm just like, okay, what's your motivation now that you're in this place?
Here's also another thing that kind of griped me.
Yeah.
So they're acting like they can't tell. They do a switcheroo every so often.
Yeah.
To where they tried to make, okay, one girl is
one girl's there.
And then you try to switch it up to try to either confuse us or to confuse, the characters. Mm-hmm. Doesn't she? One of them have a little circle right here, and people act like they forgot all about that.
There was a circle. Oh, I have to look at that.
There's a marking that she gets after a ritual.
Okay. I'll see that.
And then there's a certain moment to where somebody, because hairstyles, of course. So then they do the lightsaber thing to where she cuts off the hair to act like, oh, she's got the same hairstyle.
True.
But she still has the mark.
So what I'm thinking, and I mean maybe I'm just looking to the future. So if this is probably a spoiler, even though it's a prediction, but maybe the other characters character knows, and they're just not going to reveal that.
So one character does know, because one of them has a tattoo. So the other one has a tattoo. The other one has a marking.
Well, I know who you're talking about knows, but I think another character also knows or will figure that out. Even if they don't know. If they don't. After. But something that you said also that I wanted to comment on about Star Wars as a whole. Well, I think maybe I'm just comparing this to comic books, but like they have the Legends, the Star Wars Legends, which isn't canon, I think, or it used to be, but now it's not. And I feel like they could really do what like a lot of Marvel and DC does and just have alternate timelines or have alternate, like, oh yeah, this isn't going to be connected to something we're doing in the movies, or this show, this cartoon is going to be, it may involve characters that you may have already seen, but it's not going to have anything to do with what you think from the movies, and it kind of allows alternate stories. You can do almost kind of like a what if style type of thing, or you can just do completely different versions of certain characters. Now, a lot of core fans will probably hate that, but it's just an idea. Yeah. But what were we going to say?
Are you done?
Well, I was going to say just something about the Acolyte that I've been thinking about was the fact that really up until this past episode, it didn't really feel like Star Wars. Like, especially with episode 3, I want to say. 3 or 4, I think episode 3, because that was more of a backstory type of episode. I was like, this, and I could see why people who may have been on board for the first couple episodes, and then episode 3, a lot of people hated that one. It wasn't my favorite, but I also see why people disliked it. And I was like, yeah, this doesn't really feel like Star Wars.
Well, a lot of things just don't make sense.
Yeah.
A lot of things is just, you're trying to do mystery, and this is why I hate when people do mystery. Either it's predictable and you know exactly who did it, or it doesn't make sense. It just doesn't add up. And what mysteries need to do is make it like very mysterious. Yeah. And then they do the right thing. Sherlock Holmes,
Knives Out?
No, Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr.'s Sherlock Holmes. They did an excellent job to where it was a mystery the whole entire time, and then they would, at the very end, with the reveal, they would do kind of a, what do you do it?
denouement? I don't know.
Where they play
through the events and show you how they...
Yeah. I feel like they do, like, that is the right way to do it.
Yeah.
You don't know what's going on until the reveal, and then when they show how it happened, everything lines up.
Yeah. So, I do think that's what I may have thought the Acolyte was going to be initially from the trailer, like, oh, somebody's killing these Jedi. Who's doing it? But then they kind of revealed it very early on.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Yeah.
And even the fact that, and even with the twins, like, I thought it was going to be like a thing where you weren't going to be sure if they were twins or not, or if it was like
that would have been
personality
cool.
type of thing where it was like, oh, maybe it's like.
They tried to they tried to act like they were doing that, but then forgot to realize that you showed both of them.
They did show, and they showed both of them at the same time. I was like, because at first you didn't see both of them at the same time, so I was like, oh, is it going to be like a thing where you don't know if there's two of them or not? And I thought they were going to continue that, and I thought that would have been interesting.
They threw it out the window.
But they I guess that wasn't the type of story they were going for.
This is another thing of where you think one movie and it's a whole nother movie.
Yeah.
But when you say twins, so of course, spoilers for House of the Dragon, but yeah, I'm trying to be vague. But they have twins as well, and I feel like they did it right. They did the twins right. You didn't know which they did the camera angles, definitely. Yeah. They did certain things to where you didn't know which one was which. Not even the characters knew which one was which. Mm-hmm. And it was confusing, but it's the good kind of confusing. You're meant to be confused. But I feel like this is confusing because it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah. So,
I think better writing. But I guess we should wrap this up.
Yep.
All in all, it's the 5th episode. Mm-hmm. I don't know how many episodes it should be, but if we don't do another one, yeah, we probably didn't like it or fell off. But
I will try to finish it.
I'll try, but if it's not good, I'm not gonna watch it. But
I just want to see how it ends. So.
Yeah, I'm not that curious, but it is what it is, I feel like once you get to a certain point in a TV show, I feel like if you don't like it, there's no fixing it. There's, it is what it is.
Okay.
So that's actually my opinion. But anywho, I don't think you should rate it.
I'm not gonna rate it yet.
Yeah, we didn't finish it. Yeah. But all in all, it's cool. Mm-hmm. It's cool. It's something to watch on Tuesdays or Wednesdays. But like even this one, like I really didn't want to watch it. I think mostly because everybody was trashing it. But also 4th episode, I think more and more I wasn't really getting interested.
Yeah.
As the episodes were going on, it was just, it wasn't going good. And even though this 5th episode, the action was good, the writing is still not good.
Yeah.
I don't like certain characters as well. Mm-hmm. They're starting to do in Ahsoka, there was characters I didn't like. Mm-hmm. There's this Yord I hate. Man, Yord was annoying.
Wait, which one is Yord?
The one with the Killmonger haircut.
Oh yeah.
But it's just there's always those one characters, and it's not even the fact of you're purposely not going. I think he was just annoying on purpose, but not because whatever, but it's just they make those characters just so annoying. It's just like, why are you making them like that? Why?
Yeah. There's another criticism I have, but I may have to save it, or because I don't know if it's a spoiler. It's kind of a spoiler, but it was just it's from this past episode, and make it a little nitpicky as far as.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
But anyways, put your comments down below. Let us know if you're liking it or not. Maybe you are liking it. We hope you're liking it more than us.
And I don't hate it. Like I do want to know how it ends. Like this past episode was definitely the best in my opinion, from an action standpoint at least.
Yeah.
And so that's enough at least for me to say like I want to see more of that.
Yeah. So post your comments down below. Let us know. What other TV shows should we watch? And let us know. Do a review.
Yep.
Any movies coming out that we don't know of, let us know. And do the thing, like you know what to do. Like, share, subscribe, tell your friends, family, all that good stuff. Trying to get 100. So, yeah, man.
Yep.
So, anyways, we hope you guys have, a good week. And let us know. I think July 4th is coming up. So, yeah.
Well, this may come out after July 4th.
It will. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. So, I just hope y'all have a good July 4th or whatever. But, yeah.
Y'all be safe. Don't do anything too crazy.
If you do, take pictures. All right. God bless.
All right, y'all. Peace.